top Obama administration war planners have laid out their case for military force in Syria. Speaking to a skeptical congressional committee, Secretary of State John Kerry argued the evidence Bashar al-Assad used chemical weapons on his own people is solid.
Our intelligence community has scrubbed and re-scrubbed the evidence. We have physical evidence of where the rockets came from and when. Not one rocket landed in regime-controlled territory. Not one.
Support from the U.S. Secretary of Defense, who told senators the U.S. must hold the Assad regime accountable, and failure to do so would harm not just U.S. national security, but other U.S. security commitments around the world. He said the action would be limited in size and scope.
In defining our military objectives, we've made clear that we are not seeking to resolve the underlying conflict in Syria through direct military force. Instead, we are contemplating actions that are tailored to respond to the use of chemical weapons.
But not all senators are buying the administration's argument and worry limited military action will not be a deterrent.
But I think there's a reasonable argument, but the world may be less stable because of this, and that it may not deter any chemical weapons attack.
This is the first in a series of hearings on Capitol Hill this week, as members of Congress weigh the evidence and decide whether to support the president's measure. U.S. naval ships are already positioned in the eastern Mediterranean, ready to act if President Obama gives the order.
The military plan that has been developed by our Joint Chiefs and that I believe is appropriate is proportional, it is limited, it does not involve boots on the ground.
It is a measure that increasingly is gaining support with top congressional leaders, including the top Republican in the House of Representatives, who traditionally opposes Obama White House policies.
I'm going to support the president's call for action. I believe my colleagues should support this call for action.
It is action that still has to be voted on in the U.S. House and Senate. President Obama has asked Congress to take up the vote promptly, and indications are that will be the case when both chambers return from their summer recess the week of September 9th. Kimberly Helkett, Al Jazeera, Capitol Hill.